Hi, it's Marco here from Vicmarc Machinery. Today I'm going to be showing you how to service a tailstock quill. Sometimes the tailstock quill can get jammed over time. It also should be cleaned. So to do this is quite a simple job, and I'll show you how to do it correctly. You'll need two tools to do this job: a 4mm Allen key and a plastic or soft hammer. So the first thing you want to do is loosen the hand lever that tightens the quill. Then you will undo the two screws, the set screws at the back of the tailstock. Do not undo the nut or the screw that is at the front. This is the locating keyway for the quill, and it's not necessary to touch it at all. So once you've undone those two screws, you can remove the tailstock from the back. If it's a little bit tight, you may need to just tap it, give it a tap. If you're going to tap it further past that point, use something soft like a piece of timber that will go into the hole. Remove the quill. At this stage, you could then undo the nut, the back part of the spindle from the quill. Now, if the quill for some reason is jammed because it's been tightened too tight and it locks solid to this part, you can leave the hand wheel on, but you might have to take the quill and stick it in some soft jaws of a vise, and then you need to undo it in a clockwise direction because it's a left-hand thread. So if you couldn't do it while it was in here by undoing it like, this way clockwise, then clamp it in a vise, soft jaws, and then undo it. You might even be able to stick like a bar or a piece of timber in through one of the holes and then lever it, but make sure it's a clockwise direction. Now, the old Vicmarc lathes never used to have a nylon bush in between here. We now put a nylon bush in here, and these can be purchased through us as well. And this nylon bush just prevents the two parts jamming together. As you can see, when you tighten it up, it locks on there, but as it's soft, it won't clamp tight and lock. So to service this is obviously a brand new one, but you would undo the spindle all the way out. Just be careful when you get to the end. If you've got compressed air, you can blow the thread out inside here, blow the thread out here, re-brush it full of grease, put grease on there. We just use a lithium based grease, and then you'll just reassemble it. Okay, so when you've put it back together, just inspect the bore of the tailstock, make sure it's clean, everything's good. You can then line the keyway back up with the male keyway, slide it through. Also grease this part. Anything that's moving needs a little bit of lubrication or grease just to prevent it binding. So that goes through here. You line up the key at the front. You can see inside here the key. And you're obviously not going to slam it this way. You want to make sure it's lined up. It should go through smoothly. Now what you have to do is line up the two drilled marks with the screws. So to do this properly, because it can either go in this way or it can be 180 degrees apart. So you want to make sure they line up perfectly. So you can remove the screws. I'll just set them down on the back of the lathe here. Now, when you put that in, it's pretty hard to see, but you can see through the hole, and you can just keep positioning it and moving it till you get it to line up perfectly. And I've checked this side and it also lines up perfectly. So at that point, you'll just do the screw back up without moving anything so that it locates. So that's gone inside there. I'm just going to double check that. That's correct too. You can almost feel it locate. It will shift it a little if it's not 100%. So then you can do them up firmly. At this stage here, you want to make sure everything operates smoothly. If for some reason it's got like a little bit of a tight spot in it, it could be that it's up this way too far, so you might just get where it's tight, just give it a little knock with a soft hammer until it's free. It's a little tight there. And then it operates freely. That's how you service a Tailstock Quill. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email us, or contact us through our Facebook page, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks.